Falls, the giant sequoia with that tunnel through the base known as the Pioneer Cabin Tree? Well, that was a tourist attraction for more than a century, but yesterday it fell and broke apart. It was in Calaveras Big Tree State Park. The base of the tree hollowed out back in the 1880s. New at 6, KPIX5's Don Ford tells us the tree that fell had a long and celebrated history.
The massive Pioneer Cabin Tree slammed into the forest floor during this weekend's powerful storm.
We had a lot of rain, approximately 8 inches of rain this last storm.
The huge tree fell across the trail, missing the information sign, but smashing this bench. The weather's so bad, no one was outside at the time.
No one felt it.
No one felt it?
No, not that we know of.
No one heard it?
No one heard it, no one felt it, as far as we know.
Yeah. Well, that answers that question. Giant sequoias are rare. This one, famous for the hole cut into the trunk, becoming a tourist attraction more than 100 years ago. Once it was common for folks to carve their names into the tree. Here, one such carving with a date from the 1880s. Carving stopped decades ago, but the tree still remained popular even today. Although it's believed to be somewhere around 2,000 years old, its exact age may never be known.
In order to do that, we're going to have to cut the tree up and count the rings. We're not going to do that. We're going to let the tree rest and let it be.
The area is closed for safety reasons, so it may be quite a while before the public gets to see the mighty Pioneer Cabin Tree's final resting place.
It's just a reminder that this is nature and that this will happen.
What started out as a little seedling 2,000 years ago, now lying here on the forest floor, rangers say it's just another phase of its life. It could lay here for another 1,000 years. In Calaveras County, Don Ford, KPIX5.
Shalom Akim. This is Yabba Tazah coming back with another video. Basically, just want to get into this the sequoia tree that recently just fell down. This article right here is dated by Aaron McCain, January 9, 2017, which basically is just a sign, through the spirit, that America's about to be destroyed. Esau's about to be put down. All right, he's gonna come. You know, there's a saying in the world: the bigger you are, the harder you fall. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna fall real hard, and he's gonna feel it. All right. He ain't gonna know what's gonna hit him, because like the Lord says that he's gonna come and while they say peace and safety, sudden destruction shall fall upon him. All right, but before I get into this article, basically that's just what I'm jumping into by you brothers watching that video. But I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth. All right, basically in the article right here is the New York Times. I'm going to start off reading right here. It says, a giant ancient sequoia with a hollowed out tunnel that drew thousands of visitors each year in California toppled over on Sunday during heavy rains, according to the nonprofit group. The Pioneer Cabin Tree was barely alive, according to a volunteer at the Calaveras Big Tree State Park, about 90 miles east of Sacramento, and it was not immediately clear what would become of the sequoia. The base of the tree, there was no immediate information on its height, was carved out in 1880, and it became a tourist attraction. Cars once they came common or allowed to drive through it, but in recent years the tunnel was accessible only to hikers on a 1.5-mile loop through the park, according to United States Forest Service. Basically, this tree, man, was real. It was real famous, and it was attracting a lot of tourists here, to California. It was a tourist site to go and for you to check out. But that's the pride of Esau. Basically he took this land from the Native American Indians and claimed it his. And as you read it, they carved through that big tree. That's why it got weak. They do things that they're not even supposed to be doing to nature, and they wonder why things are falling apart. You see, they're real simple, man. But that's what he's done to his own kingdom. A kingdom divided against itself cannot stand, as the Lord told us in the gospel. All right, but basically that's what it is. I'm gonna jump down right here to the storm was just too much for it. The nonprofit group, the Calaveras Big Trees Association, said in a Facebook post that included 2 photos of the fallen tree. You see it right there, man. The storm. What is that storm, man? It's Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that's coming to destroy. All right, in the whirlwind, man. All right. and that's what he's gonna be. He's gonna be left there to be seen by throughout all ages, man. He'll be like, that was that place, you know, that was that land America, you know. It's gonna be made a desolation, and it's gonna be left there, and it's part of nature. If you watch the video, that man before the video end, he said, you know, this is part of nature. Yeah, it's part of nature for kingdoms to be destroyed and brought down low, and another one to be sprung up to govern properly. Okay, but basically, I just wanted to get into this to the spirit. He just reminded me how it's all about, you know, the transition of kingdoms, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to set up Yasha Allah into power once and for all. All right, and the first scripture I want to bring out is in the book of Daniel chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 1 and jump down. It says, Daniel 4:1, Nebuchadnezzar the king, unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. Right? Because Nebuchadnezzar was the king of Babylon. All right, and he all nations took shelter under him. They were under his shadow. All right, under his wing. You know, it said all people, nations, languages that dwell on the face of the earth, or that's who would have come to him. Right? It says, I thought it were good to show thee the signs and wonders that the Most High hath wrought toward me. How great are his signs, and how mighty are his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominions from generation to generation. Right. So the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to show signs. He's going to show signs to in our daily life, to the four corners of the earth. All right. Through how do we see that? Through the media, through the internet, via internet. The social media, YouTube, all right, and also through receiving visions through dreams, man, all right, and that's how we're knowing it, and that's what's going to jump into an account with Nebuchadnezzar having a dream. Daniel 4:4. I, Nebuchadnezzar, was at rest in my house and flourishing in my palace. Salakia. I saw a dream that made me afraid, and the thoughts upon my bed and the visions of my head troubled me. Therefore made I a decree to bring in all the wise men of Babylon before me, that they might make known unto me the interpretation of the dream. Then came in the magicians, the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and the soothsayers, and I told the dream before them, but they did not make known unto me the interpretation thereof. But as the last Daniel Allah, you're right, came in, which was a man of the Lord, a prophet, came in that before me, whose name was Belshazzar, according to the name of my God, and in whom is the spirit of the holy gods. And before him I told the dream, saying, because Daniel had the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in him, for him to have the gift of interpreting visions and dreams, and unraveling mysteries. Okay, because what does the scripture say? That the secrets are revealed unto the prophets. All right, the Lord reveals the secrets unto the prophets. It says, verse 9, O Belshazzar, master of the magicians, because I know that the spirit of the holy gods is in thee, and no secret troubleth thee. Tell me the visions of my dream that I have seen, and the interpretation thereof. Thus were the visions of my head and my bed. I saw, behold, a tree in the midst of the earth, and the height thereof was great, just like the Sequoia tree. The height of those trees in that forest over there in California, they're great, man. They're giant trees, man, and there's none other like it. There's no other kind of trees like that here in the earth, or as far as over here in the Americas, like that over there, in California, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, those trees are very old, man. Just like Esau, he's very old too, you know, but he's weak, you know. Just like you read the other vision of Daniel with the Nebuchadnezzar saw the image of himself. It was the head of himself was gold, and so forth, all the way down to the trickle to the feet, to the toes, and it being basically it's going to be the Roman, not the Roman Empire, but Britain, the Americas splitting from itself and making itself weak. All right, partially made out of miry clay and iron, because it still has the same custom and the same spirit as Rome, and here in America, and over there in Britain, England or Europe, and they have their weaknesses. Okay, so it says that verse 11 or verse 10, it says, thus were the visions of my head. In my bed I saw, and behold, a tree in the midst of the earth, and the height thereof was great. Because the trees can represent people too. Okay, I can bring out one real quick here from my sword. This is in the book of Mark. Salakia. Mark chapter 8 verse 24. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. All right, so trees can represent men, or it can represent kingdom. Okay, it says verse 11, the tree grew and was strong, and the height thereof reached unto heaven, and the sight thereof to the end of all the earth. The leaves thereof were fair, and the fruit thereof much, and in it was meat for all. The beasts of the field had shadow under it. The fowls of the heaven dwelt in the boughs thereof, and all flesh was fed of it. Right, because they were receiving aid and shelter from the Babylonians, all the peoples of the earth. Okay, so he was the king at that time. He governed that region of the earth. Okay, Salakia, let me bring this back up. Book of Daniel. Now I'm gonna jump to prove that in the book. It's in the same chapter. Okay, it says, but I'm gonna keep reading. Daniel 4 and 13. I saw in the vision of my head upon my bed, and behold, a watcher and a holy one came down from heaven. And he cried aloud and said thus, hew down the tree and cut off the branches, shake off his leaves and scatter his fruit. Let the beast get away from under it, and the fowls from his branches. Right, so there, he saw this mighty tree prospering, where all the fowls of heaven, the beasts of the earth came and sought shelter and thrived there, so to speak. Right, but it says that he also saw it hewn down, that he saw one as a holy one come down from the heavens. All right, which is Yahweh Shai and the angels. Okay, and through the spirit on the earth, he was going to have holy men that were going to destroy the infrastructure spiritually through the word. That's why we go on to the highways and the byways and we prophesy. That's us spiritually fighting back, attacking the infrastructure, the foundation of Esau, to bring them down. Okay, it says verse 15, nevertheless leave the stump of his root in the earth, even with a band of iron and brass, and the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven, and let his portion be with the beasts in the grass of the earth. Right, basically what happened was Nebuchadnezzar was brought to a low state, and he was given over to a beast state beast state of mind, where he became, he was basically living out in the wilderness and basically just being real beast-like. Okay, but now I want to jump to verse 20, because now Daniel's going to give him the interpretation. Daniel 4 and 20. The tree that thou sawest, which grew and was strong, whose height reached unto heaven, and the sight thereof to all the earth, whose leaves were fair, and the fruit thereof much, and in it was meat for all, under which the beasts of the field dwelt, and upon all branches the fowls of the heaven and their habitations. Right, and to so all the beasts of the field were the men, or people, man. Like it says in Daniel 4 and 1. Also, to prove that, the one that comes to mind is Romans chapter 8, verse 20. It says, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but reason to him who has subjected the same in hope. All right. So the creature is referring to men. Okay. There's another one. Give me 1 second. See. Salakia, give me 1 second. This is Mark chapter 16, verse 15. And he said unto them, go you into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Okay, so that's proven that those are people, man. All right, and they were seeking shelter, aid from Nebuchadnezzar, the kingdom of the Babylonians. All right, it says, and they made it their home. Right, in verse 21, the fowls of heaven had their habitation. Verse 22, it is thou, O king, that art grown and become strong, for thy greatness is grown and reacheth unto heaven, and thy dominion to the end of the earth. And whereas the king saw a watcher and a holy one coming down from heaven, and saying, hew the tree down and destroy it, yet leave the stump of the roots thereof, and the earth, even with a band of iron and brass, and the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven, and let his portion be with the beasts of the field, till 7 times pass over him. This is the interpretation, O king, and this is the decree of the Most High, which is come upon my lord the king, that they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat the grass of oxen, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven. And 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. Right, so that's what's going on right now. Esau is gonna be brought low, and he's gonna know who rules in the kingdom of men, which is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, and his tree is literally is weak, man. He's weak right now, so he's gonna fall. Okay, there's some more on Daniel I want to jump to. There's other scriptures too, you know, in the book of Ezekiel. It talks about the trees as being as people. All right, let me see. Daniel, where am I at? Daniel. I'm gonna jump down right here just to prove that point on Esau, that he's gonna be humbled. All right, and he's gonna be put into captivity in the rightful tree, that the earth, the habitation, the fowls of heaven, the beasts of the earth are gonna seek aid and inhabit is under Yasha'Allah. All right, the Israelites, all right, the Hebrew Israelites, through under Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. This is Daniel 4:37. It says, now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the King of heaven, all whose works are truth and his ways judgment, and those that walk in pride he is able to obey. So that's what's happened, man. All right, so that tree, that Sequoia tree, is just a sign to further prove that America is about to be destroyed, man. Esau is about to be put out of rulership, and Yahshua, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, is going to govern the earth once and for all. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Right, it's talking about Esau. All right, the so-called white man, you elites, international bakers, you Rothschilds, Bilderbergs, you Rothschilds, Kissingers, you DuPonts, so forth and so on, Rockefellers. All right, y'all gonna be brought down low to the ground. All right, you Amalekites, you Edomites over there in Israel are gonna be brought swept out of that land. All right, and you're and it says, how art thou fallen from heaven? Because Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is the one that put you down, man. All right, it tells you that in the book of Obadiah. Okay, verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High, I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. All right, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, and did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? and all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone to his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave, like an abominable branch, and as the arraignment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden under feet. So that's what you're seeing right now, man. Esau is being brought low, and everybody's gonna narrowly look upon him, but like, this was the man, this was him, this was that mighty kingdom, this was this mighty man on the earth that was blessed with the sword and with governed and conquered nations, and was revered as a god and things of this nature. Just like people they revered that tree as being some kind of god. You know what I'm saying? They worship them trees. These Wiccans, these simple-minded people are dismayed at the signs of the heavens. These people are dismayed at what the earth offers, and not realizing that it's through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that created all these things that's supposed to be revered and honored and feared with sincerity. You know, so this is what's happening, man. Okay, this is what's happening. This is in the book of Obadiah, verse 3. The pride of thy heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right. So Esau is real lofty, man. He's real proud. He's in a high stature to where he has his attitude. All right, and he sees that he's successful. He's succeeding in all the things that he puts his mind and his hand to, and he sees that, and that's what pride springs forth. Not realizing that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is a governor. He governs in the kingdom of men. That he's making you do those things, right, through the left hand side of the spirits to destroy your ass, man. Okay, but he said, "Who?" You're saying, "Who shall bring me down to the ground?" Verse 4. That though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Right. So because you're in a high stature, you go from taking over the land to taking over the heavens to taking over the planets. You set your nest up above the stars. Talking about these satellites. You go up there and you're watching, you're surveillancing things of this nature, and you think nothing can escape you. But the whole time, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is watching you. All right? And that Sequoia tree is just a sign to your destruction, to your downfall, man. And it's only a matter of time. Just like the Elder Tahar said, the brothers are calling it 3D, man. Death, destruction, and diligence. That's what the time we're in. And Lord will, part of that number. But one thing I'm for sure is that this place is about to be destroyed. All right? Everything that's spoken of in the scriptures that prophesied is going to be come to pass and fulfilled. Okay? But as it says right there, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So the Most High is already telling you that he's going to bring you down. Okay? And he's working through the elders of Great Millstones, the Elder Tahar, all the way down to the brothers in the highways and the byways, pushing the word, sincerity, and truth. And that's who the Lord is working through, telling you, man. Spiritually destroying your infrastructure, and you're about to fall. You're about to collapse. Okay? And the greater you are, the harder you're going to fall, man. But I hope this was edifying, Akim. I just wanted to bring that out. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Thank you for showing me this truth. And through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Blessings and honors and to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, man. Keep fighting, keep pushing, stay vigilant, stay circumspect, stay on fire, keep pushing, man, because we're right there, man. Everything's right there, everything's there, and our reward is right there. It's an arm reach away, man. But until next time, man, I want to say shalom.